What's going on, y'all? I want to check out this video from Legal Mindset that's updating us on what's going on with Johnny Somali, who I hope gets the whole book at him. I want the whole book, right? He need to be under the jail for his nasty crimes. Make an example. He think it's a game. He getting off light with a few other things. I want him to be taken seriously into custody. But anyway, y'all probably like, dang, that's intense. If you know all the stuff that he's done, bro, you'll understand. All right, let's see what's going down. Get the update.
Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali, is facing his fate as he is sentenced on April 15th, but he now has a new cope about his guilty plea. We're into that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So as you all well know in our opening statements, Ramzi Khalid is...
It's about to get bad for Johnny Somali. I'm telling you, April 15th, that's right around the corner, bro.
Okay, Johnny Somali's trial is over except for the sentencing date on April 15th. Now, RKI, throughout the trial, which started in March of last year, 2025, refused to plead guilty. He said, I'm not guilty. I'm not going to plead guilty. He then proceeded to plead guilty on a number of charges out of the 8. He proceeded to plead guilty on 6 out of the 8, including the Minor Crimes Act, the obstruction of business charges. Those all he pled guilty to, 6 in total. But 2 he held out on the deep charges, saying, I refuse. I'm going to fight those to the end. He also tried to get Bong Bong charged with a deepfake charge. He filed a claim against her. That did not get processed or put through. She was not charged at all. He also tried to have the Korean courts accept a settlement with Korean streamer Youngman, but in fact, that was denied and he was not given that settlement and having that knock those charges off his record. But now we have a new cope, which is absolutely hilarious regarding his guilty plea.
If I would have pleaded guilty to everything, I'm 100% telling you guys, I would have been in America already. I would have been in America already right now. If I would have just pled guilty to everything, I would have been in America right now.
So that's the new cope. The new cope is he would have been in America if he pled guilty. Now, this to me is absolutely hilarious. I saw this and just laughed because, you know, a year ago, I had made some comments along the same line.
Yeah, I think he predicted it. And I do think that he should have just took accountability and this would have probably all been over. Right? Like, they probably wouldn't have thrown the book at him, but you tried to make a point of proving that you're some kind of like tough guy and saying nasty things and showing up to court drunk. And bro, you violated. Honestly, I wish the other places that you went to and gave you more time too.
But with a little bit different flavor. And I'm going to give you some a little bit of explanation on why, yes, this is accurate in terms of he would have had a lighter sentence. Possibly it doesn't mean he would have got out of punishment.
How can he even afford to be over there right now? Like, is he actually successful or something? Like, how could he afford to still even pay rent? I thought he would have been homeless over there.
It doesn't mean he would have gotten away with anything. It doesn't mean he would necessarily get a suspended sentence. But certainly I had said this back in August of 2025. Listen in. Juicebox Poppy 182 says, imagine how Bone RKI is. He watches you to get updates on his own case and copes and sees seeing how much support you get. I know. It's sad. And you know what's even sadder? You know what's really sad, guys? I gave him good advice. This is 2025. I gave him good advice. I even said today, if he wanted to be guilty on everything and get this over soon, plead guilty. If he pled guilty, this thing could have been over and sentencing would have been in September or October. Now he's got a late October date, almost November. It's October 29th. This trial will go probably in December into January at this point. Maybe longer, it could be November, but probably December, January, 2026. Damn. And even if it gets pushed more and goes to February, here's the scary thing. The judges can rotate in February. So if the judges rotate out, it can take several months for a new judge to get up to date. He might not get out of there till mid-2026 if this thing really gets pushed far. If he listened to me and pled guilty on everything, said he was sorry, submitted an apology, all that good stuff, he would have been out there sooner. Or at least, look, even if he was sentenced, as soon as he starts serving his sentence, the sooner he's out of there. The sooner he accepts that he is not getting away with this, the better. But he refuses to do that. And that's the real key. The key is that back then we gave him the right advice. Now, the important thing to contextualize here and the important thing to add in is the fact that, hey, he would have had to be sincerely apologetic. That means he would have had to actually feel remorse and actually want to apologize. Something he repeatedly has said he has no remorse. He doesn't care. He doesn't really, respect the Korean system. And we'll get into some footage that shows how he doesn't respect them. In fact, he directly has attacked them on live stream. But that said,
wow. Yeah, he definitely don't got no remorse. He didn't learn from any of his mistakes. I guarantee if you light on him, bro, and you do not punish him accordingly, he's going to think this is a game. He's going to think this is all a joke, and he's going to continue to do the same thing over and over again, bro. I gotta call a spade a spade. And he's gonna have a bunch of other nobody, no talent having losers follow in his footsteps. They're gonna go, oh, now we could go to other countries and just act a fool. It's not good for anybody, bro. He's bugged out. Imagine what he gonna do in America.
he would have to compensate the victims, to make it whole with the victims, to pay them back, to say sorry personally to those victims of his crimes, to come to an agreement. But instead, we had victims that filed literal recommendations for extreme punishment. They filed with the court, we want them to be extremely punished, severely punished with the court. That's what we've had instead of sincere reconciliation. And just understanding his motive, that's another thing. And having a motive out there that was understandable instead of, oh, this is just clout, this is just money, I don't really care, your system is a joke. And beyond that, he went out there and directly attacked the judge and prosecutor. Now, this is a little clip that I played before, but it's important not to forget as we get towards sentencing.
Shout out the president, you, the judge, the prosecutor, y'all can suck my dick, bitch ass niggas. Yeah. Suck my dick on soft. Tell them what the charges is. Fucking carrying a fish, tell them. Carrying a fish and caught.
Who is this person? Like his manager or something? You managing him wrong. You steering him to a horrible path, brother. Why are you even there? He don't look like he's super comfortable, but why are you there?
Causing anxiety. Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my dick. I'll bring the fish to your mother's house, bitch. I don't care.
So that's what Johnny Somali thinks it is. Of course, that's not the case. There are six charges related to the different acts he did around Seoul, not just the fish, but disturbing the metro. Hey, using profanity, talking about sex in front of children at Lotte World, going all around and harassing people in public. There's multiple incidences that are logged on there, not just a fish. And then beyond that, he's got the two deepfake crimes, which are considered sexual crimes.
Horrible. The AI stuff was disgusting, bro. The AI stuff was filthy. He was out of pocket. I really do believe that. He was out of line for that, bro. Yeah. What was wrong with him? Anyway, yeah, I do think that he was tripping. Super tripping for that. I was about to say, yeah, he makes it worse for other people that's trying to travel, right? When I went to another country and I was walking around and having a good time, maybe I wanted to, record myself experiencing new foods and things in a respectful way. He makes it very hard to do stuff like that. Or even if you don't want to record and you just want to walk around and experience life, he makes it very hard.
We'll get him on the sex offender registry in Korea. All of those are very, very, very severe. But what does he say? F the judge, F the prosecutor, F the system. How do you think they're going to take that in Seoul, South Korea? But real quick, before we go, if you guys haven't had a chance to get your cabbage plushie.
Hey, good for you, man. Good for you that you out here getting your bread. You out here getting your plushie on.
The judgment. In my judgment today, Ramzi Khalid Ismail's trial.
Tell Miss Kif to watch out. tell Mizkif he better chill out. You never know.
Has lasted over a year. He now knows he will be found guilty on the deepfake charges, and this is mega extreme cope. He wanted to fight these. He wanted to make sure these didn't get put through. He was very scared of the mandatory jail time on this one. He's really relying. His only hope is if the judge gives him a suspended sentence. He is banking on, please, 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 God, please, judge, give me a suspended sentence. Well, you told F the judge. You said you're going to bring a fish to the judge's mother's house. How do you think he's going to take that? Do you think he's going to look at that lightly for a suspended sentence? And in my mind, and in the mind of the Somali conviction team, everybody who's been working on this for now almost 2 years of collecting evidence, submitting it to court, covering this case, we know he's not going to learn unless he gets actual jail time. Anything but actual jail time is going to be considered by Johnny Somali, Ramsey Khalid Ismail as a win. And that's exactly why we need this to come out this particular way. And we are hoping it comes out that particular way. And we'll stay tuned to the coverage as.
No, I think Johnny Somali is definitely a horrible person. He's out here wilding, trying to get attention. It's like these new age live streamers. They don't want to build themselves up like one brick at a time. They want to get out here and just do shock and hope for the best, not caring if it ends up leading to the worst. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the hype button if you're able to, and the like button as well. Share the video and check me out on my other channel, my second channel. That's where I do live streams, Exposed Extra. And sign up for memberships if you're able to.